Could you tell me a little bit more about criticism and how you can tell if you're doing that a lot in your relationship and just what it looks like?
Absolutely. So, criticism is often the one that most people relate to whenever they start to hear about it. They're like, oh, yeah, I definitely do that and don't even realize it. Criticism is really stating your complaint or your concern or your frustration in a way that feels like an attack on your partner. So it's using kind of those harsh tones with your partner, saying things like, you don't ever help out with anything. I'm the only one who does any work around here. So it's using those harsh you statements. And it's also just using like absolutes. So saying things like you always, or you never, or I'm the only one, anything that communicates from that extreme place automatically puts your partner on defense and they're no longer hearing what is so important to you. You've lost them as an audience at that point. And so even making a simple shift, like, the majority of the time it feels this way, you can keep your partner engaged a little bit more. Other types of criticism are using things like you should do this. This is how a husband should act, or this is what a wife should do. Again, because it implies that there's something wrong with your partner. Picking at them or kind of making fun of them, joking negatively about their flaws or their character. Those can also be forms of criticism that are just kind of like eating away at the relationship. And then a form of criticism that's often overlooked is the question why. And we spend a lot of time in the couples that we work with teaching them to ask good open-ended questions, questions that show like interest and curiosity. What are your thoughts about that? Or what would you like to do here? How did you come to that conclusion? But we really try to avoid the why question just because it does sound more judgmental, and we find that the person on the receiving end often feels very defensive when you're hearing, well, why did you say it like that? Or why did you do that? And so instead, softening that startup, it might be better to say something like, hey, I hadn't thought about that before. Walk me through how you came to this conclusion. I'm really interested. Tell me more.